Hello and welcome to episode 7 of We Bought a Boat. Coming up in this episode, we get the sails up for the first time, we find a problem with our wind instruments, a major problem with our rigging, we take the boat out past Southend Pier, and we see some wildlife. Here we are, it's Saturday Saturday afternoon. We're just heading out up Benfleet Creek. We're going to go to a mooring buoy, which the club has 3 mooring buoys out in the channel. We're going to moor up to the side of Ian's boat, and on Sunday morning we're going to head out, take the boat out past the pier and get the sails up for the first time. So here you can see we're just heading out now. We've left the yacht club, we're following Ian who's just in front of us. It's a really lovely day, a bit windy but still very, very warm. This is the first time after the shakedown cruise the week before where it went a bit wrong and Ian's engine cut out and we had to tow him back. So this is the first time we've made it all the way out of the creek. But as I mentioned, the weather was beautiful, it was really nice and warm. I think it was 22 degrees, bit of a breeze. It's late afternoon, we set off about 4 o'clock. So Angela's been downstairs and made us some ham rolls because we were all getting a bit hungry. Janine's on the tiller for the first time as well. I thought it was really important on this trip that we get Janine on the tiller, my sister, we get Angela on the tiller, which you'll see later on the following day. Just so that there's more people on the boat that can handle the boat, so that I'm available, or Janine's available, or Angela's available to take the tiller when we need to tie up, or we go to a jetty, or we go into a marina or things like that. You can't do it all yourself. So it's important on this trip that I wanted to get Janine and Angela more involved. So here you can see we just reached the mooring buoy. We're now tying up to the side of Ian's boat. We've got the bow line on, obviously now we're just putting a stern line on and a spring. So as you see here, we're all tied up now for the evening. Really was a beautiful evening. We had some pre-cooked meals that we're going to heat up in the oven and have a glass of vino. This is Ian and his partner. They're getting married next month. Can't say enough about this guy. We really wouldn't be where we are without Ian. So here's some nice drone shots of where we were on the mooring buoy for the night. As I said, it really was just a beautiful evening. Sunset was gorgeous, and we settled in for the night to have a few drinks and get our heads down early because we were up the following day at 5 a.m. With the idea of setting off around 6.
Okay, William, it's getting a bit dark now. What's the time? It's
6 a.m.
20 past 8 in the evening.
Yeah.
We had a long day. What's been your best part?
Well, it hasn't been the best part yet, but when I get in what's it called again?
In the V-berth.
The V-berth will actually be fun.
What, when you have to go to bed?
Yeah.
Feel nice
Actually,
and
no,
cozy?
not go to bed. Play video games in there.
Play video games in there?
Yeah.
You've been playing video games today, haven't you? Did you enjoy the boating though?
Barely, but yeah, I've been enjoying the boating.
Yep, what's been your best part of the boating?
Finally getting the boat in the water, but it has been in the water once.
Yep. And we made it out to the hull this time, didn't we?
Yep.
We didn't make it last time.
No, we didn't make it because Ian boats crashed.
We had to do a rescue mission,
The boat
didn't
is
we?
over there. Oh no, I'm videoing myself, sorry.
There's so many lights.
Good.
So here we are, it's day 2. You can see we've got the Genoa only up and we haven't got the main up. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, we found quite a major problem with 2 things on the boat. One, the wind instrument, the part that goes at the top of the mast that spins, is actually, the directional part is actually getting caught on the top of the mast, so we're not getting any direction. We're getting wind speed okay, but we're not getting any direction. Which is an easy fix. We'll just go back up the mast and just lift it up slightly and move it. But the biggest issue we found on this trip was that the stays, the bottle screws, are completely corroded, which means we can't tighten up stays which hold the mast up. They're okay, but a couple of them are loose. There's 4 of them that are quite loose, and Ian came over on board and we attempted to tie them up and tighten them up. I mean, they just bent because they're so corroded and old. So we are now going to have to get a rigger in to change those for us before we go out next week. But it was a beautiful day. As you see, the sun's out, sails are up. We're now out past the pier. We're not going very fast. We only had about 6 knots of wind, so we're doing 2-3 knots. And before we knew it, we headed back in, and here you can see we're coming in now, back into the creek, or back into, well, past Leon Sea to start with, and then into the creek. The day had gone really well. Everyone really enjoyed it. It was really nice to get the family out on the boat with the sails up. Perfect conditions. I was quite happy, in fact, that it wasn't too vigorous. They only had a light winds, just to see how everyone was. My wife and Janine have never actually been sailing, as it were. They've never been out on a boat with the sails up, so it was nice just to give it a test. It did actually sail quite well, considering we only had, like I said, 5 or 6 knots of wind, gusting maximum sort of 8-9. The boat handled herself really well under the Genoa. So as I said, we're going to get a rigger in, get the rigging fixed this week, and then we're going out next weekend with 5 or 6 other boats from the yacht club. We're going to be going over to Queensborough, mooring up for the night there, going out for a meal, and then heading back over on the following day. It's just another day trip out. So again, thank you very much for tuning in. As I keep saying, please like, share and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. It gives me the motivation to keep making these videos. We're going out, as I said, next weekend, so we'll do another episode next week on how that trip went. I'm hoping when the rigger comes that everything gets fixed and we can actually get the main up and do some proper sailing. There's forecast some decent winds next weekend as well. So I look forward to seeing you all for episode 8.